Conquest! I probably shouldn't be doing that. It's 1:30 in the morning, man. I'm an absolute shambles, but I don't care. MLB The Show 23, it is finally here. My voice is cracking at the seams, but I've got you guys dialed in with one of the more crucial modes, Conquest. So if you have not already, if you are here and some reason you have not hit subscribe, I'd really appreciate you doing that. But we are gonna get into Conquest here today, and I've got this luscious, beautiful American map, USA, the silver medal, the World Baseball Classic. That slider was a hell of a pitch. He threw a hell of a pitch. So before we get in, what is Conquest? The simplest form of the question. Some of you may be brand new to the game, or maybe you've ignored Conquest. Conquest is very similar to the classic board game Risk. You're gonna start off, you have a stronghold. Now your strongholds are gonna have logos on them. We just got the game. I do not have my custom logo uploaded, but you can see right here, this blue spot that I'm moving to, that is our stronghold to start things off. So in Conquest, you are gradually working your way to take over all those strongholds. Throughout that process, you're going to take over the other territories on the map. So at the start of things here, you can see everything else is free to claim. As things go, every spot will either be free to claim or there will be a number on it, and your opponent will have so many fans. You're going to go through, and the more fans you have, the more likely you are to win. So if I have 10 fans on a spot, if I go after somebody with 1 or 2 fans, it's way easier to win than if I'm facing somebody with 8 or 9 fans. You want those advantages. You want to put yourself in a position to succeed. In Conquest, the only games you have to play are the strongholds. Anytime you go to take one of those logo locations from a team, you are going to be playing a 3-inning game of MLB The Show. The difficulty of that game is determined by the numbers advantage you do or do not have against your opponent. Worst thing you could do in a Conquest map is drop a game and have to replay it, especially on this map. It's a grind, but it's a grind worth having. Whether it's the Nation of Baseball Conquest map or Conquest maps that come out later in the year, the first thing you want to do every single time you enter a Conquest map on PlayStation, you want to hit that triangle button. Now, the reason you want to do this is every map's going to have with it goals. These are typically going to be acquiring fans, taking over strongholds, pretty straightforward. You can see the rewards scrolling as we go. Look at these diamonds. Look at these diamonds. These may not be diamonds that are amazing way down the road, but these are diamonds that are game changers early on. You're going to get 30 packs minimum out of doing this map, and you never know what you could pull on those. But in the case of these goals, everything is conquer territories, conquer strongholds. You're good to go. You can play pretty straightforward. However, always check the goals first. It is going to hurt you deep down inside, like when my dad went and bought cigarettes and never came back. It's just there was a long line. There was a long Cody. Focus. Okay. But the worst thing you want to do here is miss a goal and then have to replay something again. Like I said, the goal is keep ourselves from replaying games. So in Conquest, you have 3 phases. You have attack phase, you have the steal phase, and you have the reinforce phase. Now the attack phase, that's when you're on the offensive. That's how this round is going to start here. And when you are starting a Conquest map, the first thing I want to do is I want to build a perimeter around my stronghold. So in this case, we've got 12 fans to play with. If you hit square on your PlayStation controller, you can see the numbers, and those will start to appear as we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build around me. And you're going to see the computer teams, they're going to move their spots. I'm not really worried about them right now. I am going to do my thing, and I am going to build a perimeter around my stronghold. If you lose your stronghold, if you lose that logo location, you're done.
I know. You're done. You're done.
So you want to surround yourself. Now, some people view this differently, and this is where you don't really have to overthink it, in my opinion. As long as you surround yourself and you avoid moving in a straight line, you keep going.
Let's talk about the steal phase and how it's different.
Now, MLB The Show wants to tell you about the steal fans phase, but I'm going to tell you about it better than they ever could. Only do this phase if there is a Steel Fans goal, a Steel Fans mission that you need to complete. Yes, stealing fans can help you accelerate the process a little bit in terms of how many turns it takes. But a map like this, it doesn't matter if I get this done in 20 turns or 85 turns. It really doesn't matter. So on a map like this, the Steel Fans, all that is doing is it's causing you to play extra games that you don't need to be playing. If you surround yourself, if you avoid moving in a straight line, you're gonna be good to go. So for this map, we're able to skip it. But if there's a situation, what you would do is you would hit X, you pick an opponent, and you are taking fans from their stronghold. So in this case, the Colorado Rockies are nearby. They have 7 fans in their stronghold. If I were to play the Rockies, pinning the difficulty I choose determines how many fans I am going to take. So you can see they've got 6 million fans on the stronghold. We can steal up to 5 million. If you want to win on Legend, you can. Usually All-Star is kind of where I hang out for Steel Fans phase. I trust myself on All-Star. If I'm being really conservative, I'll play on Veteran just to allow me to sort of be a free spirit as I play the game. You'll go into the same 3-inning game, and if you win, you will steal that number of fans from their stronghold. But again, for this map, we do not need that phase. So we're just going to hit start, and we're going to skip to the reinforce phase. The reinforce phase, there is one important note that I want to make that if you're not paying attention could cause confusion later on. To reinforce a location, it must have a connected attachment to a stronghold. So again, that is your logo location. Now, you can see here, right? There's a gap between the one I'm selected on right now and the logo location, but there's a connected path. If I were to have, let's say I had a space down here and the Royals had split that off, had disconnected it, we cannot reinforce that location. It has to be connected to one of your strongholds. As you start taking over territories, you're gonna have more connection points. You're gonna expand this outward. So what I do with this phase is I'm gonna pick a location I want to attack from. Here early on, I'm not overly worried about going at the opponents. I just want to keep an outer ring around me. Once you get that first ring, I sort of operate in semicircles. I pick a location, I take a semicircle, and I work to keep myself protected. So in this case, I've got a lot of open land out here. I'm gonna go ahead and reinforce. I'm just gonna put 4 right here. And then we get to the move fans phase. Now the move fans phase in this case isn't that critical. We're right at the start. The move fans phase kicks in later on during Conquest. So in this case, let's say we take the Rockies stronghold and we're stuck, but we've got a connecting point way up here later on. If I've got 20 fans where that Rockies stronghold is, I can move those fans up here, give myself 20 extra fans to attack the Mariners. But very similar, you're gonna see here, when I move these fans, it has to be connected. So if I wanted to move fans from the Rockies all the way up here, I would have to have a point that connects to where that Rockies. But in this case, early on, that move fans phase isn't going to do too much. We can go ahead and skip back to the attack. Now that we're in the attack phase, we're going to do exactly what I talked about. We're going to keep a perimeter and we're going to work kind of a semicircle here. So I'm going to go up. They're going to make their moves. I'm going to move over here. They're going to make their moves. Now you can see the Twins are here. That's okay. That's okay. Some people panic, and a lot of people want to layer this with a bunch of extra people, a bunch of extra fans. You don't really need to do that. As long as you keep working that semicircle and you're paying attention, the AI normally isn't going to press you too hard here. So I'm just going to take a couple territories here. I'm going to block the Twins path a little bit because they are the most aggressive to us right now. We get to the Steel Fans phase, I'm skipping it. We get to the reinforce phase, I'm going to reinforce it, and I'm going to go right here. So what my plan is here is I'm going to go up here. I'm going to grab this. I know they got 2 fans here, and they might take one of these spots. They're not going to get all the way. I'm not worried about that. You got to trust in yourself here. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to work my way down, and you can see they haven't moved. That 2 didn't move. Now it's stretched out. So this is the first example, and I went this way so I could show you guys. You do have the ability to play these, but again, for time's sake, do not play anything more than you need to. There's no reason for me to play this game. If I lose, if I do the simulation and I lose, then I did the simulation and I lost. It sucks to suck, but you're just wasting your time diving into this game. So I've got a 3-to-1 advantage here. So I'm going to confirm the simulation and we're going to watch it go through. and I win. Boom. I got 3 fans. Now I'm going to come down here. Again, same thing. Attack until you can't attack anymore. You might lose a fan or 2 along the way, but there's no point in keeping it reserved. Boom, got another one. All right, I might lose this one. This is going to be a more straight across battle. And you'll notice, so we had 2 million fans, and you say, Cody, why does it say 1 versus 1? You always have to leave 1 behind. If I've got 10 million fans in a location, I have to keep 1 million fans behind. I've got to keep a group behind. I attack with 9. So this is a 50-50. We may win, we may lose, and we got the win. Boom, we take over another spot. And as you can see, how have we been moving? We've been moving in half circles, semicircles. We keep ourselves surrounded. So what's happening is we're creating a pulse from that logo location, and we're expanding that pulse outward little by little. So again, same thing here. We're going to reinforce those fans. I'm going to come up this time. I'm going to go left. I'm going to go left. There's a lot of open territory here, so let's go left with it. Pause the speedy expedition, because one thing I did not touch upon is hidden rewards. Every Conquest map is going to have hidden rewards on it. As the year goes, these rewards can sometimes get a little bit juicy, but these are going to be in random locations on the map. All right, now back to moving fast. We're a few turns in, and it is time for us to take our first stronghold. So you can kind of see right where this blue highlight is. You can see we worked that semicircle to start. We expanded out, and then we started expanding a little bit left. We started going a little west. We started taking on the Rockies a little bit, and we're now getting closer to a position where we can attack. But I'm going to show you guys an example of how I approach going for a stronghold. When I play for a stronghold, I want to play on veteran. Now, can I win on All-Star? Yes. Will I win on All-Star 95, 99% of the time? Yeah, probably. But I could also slip up. However, if I put the game on veteran, if I lose on veteran, it might happen once or twice a year while I'm not paying attention. So whatever your comfort level is for difficulty, that's where you want to be. So what I do in a situation where, now in this case, I know it's not going to be veteran, but let's say I'm not sure quite where I'm at. What I'm going to do is I want to attack where I have an exit point. So I'm going to load up right here, and I'm going to put my 12 fans here. So what's going to happen is I'm going to check. If I can play this game on veteran, then I'm going to play the Rockies. If I can't, then I'm going to attack downward and I'm going to surround. But I always leave an exit point. After you beat a stronghold, if you have it completely surrounded, you can get stuck and have to wait till your next turn. If you leave an exit point, you can get out and make more attacks. So I'm going to look. I go to this stronghold and you can see, oh shit, I can't play it on veteran. So since I can play this on veteran, I'm going to play it on veteran. But had it been on All-Star, I would have come down here and I would have just taken the Rockies territories down here. And I might have even worked down just to take some free ones. The more land you own, the more reinforcements you're going to get during that phase. But we can play on veteran here. So we're going to hop into a game, take out Colorado.
Down to their final strike.
And we get the strikeout. We get the game won. So if you're in a time situation, you can put down a lot of bunts, help accelerate the game. We actually gave up a couple runs. I told you guys, playing a lower difficulty allows you the ability to lose focus a little bit, and it did there. So you guys are going to see what happens after we exit this post game. But you can see we got 3 runs at the top of the first. We started bunting after that. It helps us speed up the game just a little bit. So now that we have taken the Rockies stronghold, you can see when I mentioned you want an exit path. Now this one, we've got a couple. But this is why. We still have 12 fans we can utilize. Now when you are exiting out of a stronghold, which we're about to do here, immediately, just the same way that we did at the very start with our own stronghold, this is now another stronghold. Immediately build that filter around. Surround yourself if you have not already. So again, this is where if you're completely surrounding somebody, leave yourself an exit path. And then when you exit out, you've already got yourself completely surrounded. In this case, we already had the game on veteran. If we were playing other territories nearby, we just would have cut into that fan count and we would have had to wait another turn. So I was going to play on veteran. You can see right here, we have very quickly surrounded ourselves. So what I'm going to do is now this next turn, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of get myself prepared for a Minnesota attack. I'm going to start right up here. I'm going to skip that fan. I'm going to reinforce. And I'm going to give myself a nice little surrounding. We get 50 million fans. It's one of our missions. We get another show pack. We go to the attack phase. Now this time I am not worried about the Twins. Now I could challenge them right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this turn to just grab territories. Again, the more territories I have, the more fans I can use at the beginning of a round. So I'm going to just extend a border here. I'm going to go as far as I can. We're going to hit a wall eventually. Someone's going to beat us. We're going to run out of fans, but I'm going to push it until that point happens. You can see there, we got attacked a little bit, but no worries. We've got that border. But what I'm going to do is always pay attention to your next move. If I go down and then left, my turn ends because I have nowhere to go from there. So we're going to go left first, climb our way back out of the hole. But that turn ends. We get some territory. So where we're at position-wise here, I think you guys get the gist of what we're trying to do. So the next turn for me, I would attack the Twins here, take their stronghold, and then I would go up and I would surround myself. Now as you go and you get certain divisions completed, you are going to get cards. So there's going to be people that say, hey, get the Rockies, go west. There's going to be people that say, get the Twins, go east. The direction doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you need to take out all these teams. But every time you get a division done, you're going to get some special cards. So if you want to get cards unlocked quicker, that is your initial preview of Conquest. If you guys have any questions about how to handle the Conquest map, make sure you are in the comments below letting me know. I'll answer as much as I can. And if you have not already, again, subscribe to that YouTube channel. And if you ever want to ask us some questions live, come check us out, twitch.tv/CodyHollis21. We're always happy to help. But for me, it's after 2 a.m. My voice is gone. I'm dying. I'm going to get some sleep. I'm going to prepare for an amazing weekend of MLB The Show streams. God bless. Is it good to be back? Toodles.